Today's story is about Greta the Goose guards the nest. By the edge of a wide, peaceful pond, where the water reflected the sky like a mirror and tall green reeds swayed softly in the breeze, lived a white goose named Greta. Greta was known around the pond for her steady walk, her loud warning honk, and her thoughtful eyes that noticed everything. She was not the biggest bird at the pond, nor the fastest flyer, but she was one of the most careful. This spring, Greta had chosen a quiet spot near the water to build her nest. She worked slowly and patiently, carrying twigs in her beak, gathering dry grass with her feet, and lining the inside with her softest feathers. She made sure the nest was hidden, warm, and strong. Inside lay 5 smooth eggs, resting closely together. Every morning, Greta greeted the rising sun beside her nest. She gently turned each egg, careful not to let them cool. Every evening, she settled over them, humming soft sounds that made the reeds feel calm. These little lives depend on me, Greta often thought. I must stay alert. The pond was usually lively. Ducks paddled in groups, laughing and splashing. Frogs croaked cheerful songs at sunset. Dragonflies zipped across the water like tiny flashes of light. Turtles climbed onto rocks to warm themselves in the sun. Even with all this joy, Greta stayed watchful. She noticed when the wind changed direction. She noticed shadows passing overhead. She noticed footsteps where they did not belong. One afternoon, the sky grew quiet. Clouds rolled in slowly, covering the sun. The pond animals grew restless, sensing a change in the air. Greta stood taller, her wings tucked tightly at her sides. That was when she heard it. A soft rustle. Greta turned her head just in time to see a fox stepping carefully through the reeds. His fur blended with the dry grass, and his eyes were sharp and focused. Greta's heart jumped. Fear rushed through her feathers, making her legs feel weak. She had never faced danger so close before. For a moment, she imagined flying far across the pond, leaving the worry behind. But then she looked at her nest. The eggs lay still and silent, trusting her completely. Greta took a slow breath. If I leave, she thought, they will have no one. She stepped forward. Greta spread her wings wide and planted her feet firmly into the ground. She lifted her head and released a strong honk that echoed across the pond. Honk. The sound startled everyone. Ducks froze. Frogs fell silent. Even the fox paused. Greta honked again, louder this time, flapping her wings and stomping her feet. She made herself look as fierce as she could, even though her heart was racing. Honk, honk. The fox watched her closely. He expected fear. He expected retreat. Instead, he saw a goose who would not move. With a flick of his tail, the fox backed away and disappeared into the trees. Greta stayed where she was long after he was gone. Her feathers shook, and her legs felt tired, but she did not leave the nest. Only when the clouds lifted and the pond grew calm again did she relax. That evening, the animals gathered nearby. You didn't run, whispered a duck. You scared him away, croaked a frog. Greta nodded slowly. I was frightened, she said, but my eggs needed me. The old turtle smiled. That is what courage looks like, he said. From that day on, Greta became the quiet guardian of the pond. She warned others with her honk, guided lost ducklings back to safety, and stood tall whenever danger came too close. Days passed, nights passed, rain fell, sun returned. Then one early morning, Greta heard tiny tapping sounds. Tap, tap, crack. One egg split open, then another. Soon, 5 fluffy goslings wiggled free, peeping softly as they blinked at the world. Greta wrapped her wings around them, keeping them warm and safe. She taught them how to swim gently, how to stay close, and how to listen when danger was near. The goslings followed her everywhere, trusting her completely. The pond felt brighter with their cheerful peeps. Greta watched them swim and felt proud, not because she had been loud or strong, but because she had stayed when it mattered most. The end. Today we learned that true bravery is not about being fearless or powerful. It is about choosing to care, protect, and stand strong for others, even when you feel afraid. When you look after those who depend on you, your kindness becomes courage, and your love becomes strength.